Well, from sexual abusers, Devon, to pedophiles. I hate
Oh,
my
bread and
life,
butter.
bro. I hate my life, bro. Like every time. Uh,
It's unfortunate that that's our bread and butter at this point.
you know, but here's the thing. There's a twist, Devon. We've talked
Hmm.
about this person before, but it's not a male pedophile this time. It is a female pedophile,
Oh,
Devon.
Jesus.
There's the twist. Or M Night Shyamalan on this shit, bro. Uh, so Zoe Laverne, I believe we have talked about her before, but I figured it's been a long time, so I'm just gonna give her a refresher. Um,
Oh, Jesus.
she was once the biggest TikTok star before the D'Amelio sisters, or what the fuck ever. I don't
Oh,
know.
not Charlie D'Amelio. I remember her.
So Charlie D'Amelio like eventually overtook her. This
Hmm.
was her first big controversy because this is her reacting to that. Here, let me play this for you.
This for like an hour because it's just so like pathetic that like she just comes in and like almost feels like she's so close to passing me and everybody's reminding me that she's gonna pass me and I just want to prove this bitch that I am better than her because I am Zoe fucking Laverne and I am literally the star of TikTok and TikTok is putting me down and boosting her up and I'm about to go to TikTok headquarters and strangle their necks.
So that's what we're dealing with.
Jesus Christ.
That's what we're dealing with right now, Devin. Now, keep in mind, she got popular off of shaking her ass on camera. Um, now back in 2020, I believe. So we had talked about this before because it like I had mentioned it. Because I found out about it a long time ago. But she was hanging out with this 13-year-old named
Oh,
Connor.
Jesus Christ.
She was 19, by the way. Um,
Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
so then there was a controversy of her kissing Connor on the lips,
Oh my
and
God, some Tom Brady shit.
yeah, well, it wasn't on some Tom Brady shit. It was more like some fucking like it was full on kind of tongue, especially
Oh
when
God.
we see like what we're actually going to be reacting to as well, because basically nothing came of that. She got into
Hmm.
controversy. She denied it, and she cried like a little fucking pussy ass bitch. And then she just went on with her life, right? Gained 4 million more followers on TikTok, by the way, in the 5 years span that this happened. Just so you know. But
God damn.
Connor, the victim, has responded, and it's so much worse, Devin. It's so much worse because
Oh,
I actually sent you the second video because you're gonna have to watch that because we're gonna have to read things for that. Um.
great. I get
Uh.
to participate in the fuck shit. Great.
Yes. 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 Okay. So this is the first video. It is 10 minutes long. Um.
Oh God.
We get to listen to this one, but this is him recounting the events that happened in 2020. This is not going to be a great listen, just so you know. It's pretty fucking bad. So, uh, are you ready, Devin?
As ready as I'll ever be.
All right.
Connor, and at the age of 13, I was statutory R-worded by a popular TikTok influencer. This happened 5 years ago, and I'm sure that a lot of you are familiar with the situation, and it's taken me a while to come to terms to talk about it. I do want to start off by saying that a lot of the things that you see on the internet of people coming out saying that they were also victims of Zoe, or also that they were involved in the situation in any sense, trying to claim that they underwent any sexual or romantic abuse through her, are completely false. One thing I won't discredit is her being inappropriate on the phone with other minors saying inappropriate things or let alone just manipulating other children. But I can confidently say that the extensivity that it got to with me, it has been with just me and no other children. It's taken me a very long time to talk about this solemnly because of the backlash I have received from the media, because I still am in high school and I still am a minor. But third of all, because I was trying to press legal action against her and I didn't want my case to be tampered with due to my social media posts. For starters, I was a fan. I did join her fan base in like 2018. I had a fan page and everything. And I went on a tour stop in Washington, D.C. in 2018 to meet her for the very first time. Now, at the time, there was a lot of other influencers on this tour. We went to solemnly take pictures. Like, it was for fans to meet their favorite creators. Now, over the time of 2018 to 2019, she would talk to fans that I ended up becoming friends with. We had mutual friends, and I was then introduced to her through, she added me on Snapchat, and we would talk every now and then. It was all
That was the
No.
first mistake right there.
No. Yeah. Parents, where the fuck were you, bro?
It's always the first thing. Is fucking they add you on Snap. That's an immediate red flag.
Nope.
up to a normal, cordial level. Now, in August of 2019, she had a tour stop in my hometown that I went to, which I went with two of my friends. And after the show, I was talking with her. She brought me upstairs to see the venue. It was more of a secluded thing from the rest of the people that were there to attend. I also attended another one in December of 2019. So by the third time of me meeting her in person, she knew who I was just based off of seeing me. Now, in 2020, I still was keeping it going with this fan page, and I had a lot of mutual friends that talked to her, and we would all FaceTime and group FaceTimes, but slowly, it started sectoring off to just private FaceTime calls between the two of us. In April of 2020, things did start to get a little more personal. It was causing issues between her and her ex-boyfriend, Cody. He was concerned about things, all of that. Now, my birthday is on May 10th, and at the time, it was COVID, so I was having a drive-by birthday party past my house. My mom had reached out to Zoey to see if she'd be able to make it out here because she knew how much I had idolized her and thought it would make my whole birthday if she was able to come here to surprise me. It didn't end up working out, and she came out here on Memorial Day, which was only like a week or two after my birthday, and things were a little uncomfortable for the time being, but everything was normal. Now, it was about 2 weeks later, the first week of June, when her and her ex-boyfriend had broken up, and she was in Tennessee at the time with her friend Amber, which then they both drove out here instantly to come visit me. Now, I was under the impression that they were only coming to visit for a week, but because they had both just gotten fresh out of relationships, they both made the decision to move here for a fresh start. Now, prior to her coming and visiting me,
Okay. How did the parents not see that as a red flag? I don't.
I don't know, man. A lot of these parents in these situations just don't seem to fucking pay attention to fucking obvious things that you should be like, that's not fucking right. What the fuck's going on here?
It's.
Like, what the
Oh.
fuck?
she did discuss with me on the phone that she liked me. I thought she was messing around. I thought it was just a funny little prank. She told me that she liked me and that when she came to visit me in May, she wanted to hold my hand. She wanted to, kind of be more intimate. Now, at the time that she had came here, I had just turned 13, maybe a week prior. I had a very close friend group at the time that I would talk to, that I had voiced about being a little uncomfortable with the fact of knowing that she liked me and her still coming here. But I was under the impression I only had to see her for a week, so I was in fear of if anything were to go wrong, I only have to deal with her for a week and I can move along and not speak to her again. Now, because she did make the ultimate decision to come and move here, we continued to get closer and closer and closer. Now, in June, she did kiss me. She did start to get more personal. She would try to seclude me off from my friends, from my family, try to get me away, whatever. Now, if you were on social media back in this timeline, you could see that I defended her for everything she was ever accused for, canceled for, etc. I was so strung up and just trying to process real life because someone that I'd idolized for years was now living in my hometown, was somebody that was becoming my best friend, someone very close to me. And I was so caught up in just, wow, how is this real? That I wasn't paying attention to what was actively happening to me in the time being. Now, she kissed me, and as time went on, things started picking up to a worse and worse level. She would engage in sexual conversations with me, sending me pictures, calling me on the phone, doing things on the phone with me, etc. Now, keep in mind, I still was very highlighted by the fact that this girl was in my life
Parents,
because it was a surreal thing
bro.
to me that I was too afraid to speak up and have her hate me and wonder where things would end up. And a lot of people ask where my parents were at this time, but growing up, I've been bullied all throughout middle school ever since I was younger. I didn't have a lot of friends. So straight off the bat, my parents thought that this was a good thing and
Yep.
seeing
Okay. Here's the thing. I this is the excuse this kid gives, and I get it, you know. But your parents failed you, bro. They failed you. They fucking
Yeah.
failed you, dude. Like, dead ass. If this was my kid, they ain't having no friends. If this is what's going on, no, no, bro. What the fuck?
how happy it made me from the start, that they thought that it would be a good thing for us to become friends and for us to be hanging out, whatever. There was obviously a lot of restrictions on things. My mom would question things at times. She never thought that it was
Oh,
not weird,
yeah,
but I
the
gave
needs.
her
Yeah,
that reassurance
to
that things
question
were
those.
fine. Now, I specifically remember there was one specific day that we were hanging out and I was at her house and she had kind of just thrown herself on top of me and asked me
Jesus
if I was
Christ.
ready. My heart was beating super fast, and I still specifically remember her asking me, "Are you okay? Like, your heart's beating super fast. Are you okay?" And I was in a moment of shock. I never thought things would ever evolve to this level. This girl had 20 million followers. I knew she had a career on the line. I always told myself she would never, ever do anything to mess with her career or ruin her career. In this moment, I was in a state of shock. She asked me if I was okay and if I wanted to, and I responded with yes, although my body language was very obvious that I was uncomfortable with the situation. This was a continuous event that continued to happen over and over again. And when things were publicized back in October of 2020, I had talked to authorities and I lied to the police for her. Now, back in October of 2020, when things were publicized on the internet, I did talk to authorities and I did lie to the police because I was heavily manipulated and I was still in a sense of trying to protect her. She had gotten into my brain so deep that she had told me if she went to jail for what she did, that she would off herself. And being only 13 years old, and again, this is someone you idolize and you look up to, that is going to mess with your head. After this, they thought it wasn't a threat. They moved along, and Zoey still tried to pursue a relationship with me because she thought she was in the clear. She would make fake Snapchat accounts to contact with me. My mom cut off contact with us, and she would still make accounts to have desires to speak to me. Now, after this incident, it has been 5 years, and I was bullied out of school. I was harassed. I was assaulted. My family was harassed. I had false CPS reports. My house has been attempted to be swatted. My address was leaked. I've had to face so many repercussions because of this girl. Now, I want to make it clear that I have tried to come out about my story and seek legal justice since then, and they have made every excuse they possibly could to not give me the justice that I deserve. I showed up with receipts. I showed up with proof. I showed up with everything, and they still did not want to believe me. The authorities had told me straight to my face that they had thought this was all conducted under a publicity stunt and we were doing this for views and attention, completely disregarding the straight laws and the straight proof that was right in front of their face. My case was dragged out for almost a year of just back and forth between we can do something, we can't, we can, we can't. It's a very deteriorating feeling, though, to still face repercussions for a situation I was a victim in from 5 years ago, still to this day, while the person is walking free and can't even take the accountability to own up to what she did to me. As well as her friend Amber that lived here with her, told me that she would testify for me and speak out for me because she lived there and watched everything happen and then proceeded to ghost the police and ghost me and not help me with my case, period. Now, I will be making a part 2 to show all of the evidence that I do have to back up my claims because these are very serious allegations and I'm not lying on anything that I'm saying. If you take a rewind back to lives that she had went on speaking about this back in the timeline, it is very obvious that she's guilty for a lot more than she was speaking about. I do appreciate all of your guys' support throughout the past years, and I'm sorry for all the time that it has taken, but it has taken me a lot of courage and time to finally be at peace to speak up about this while I'm still facing therapy after 5 strong years.
That was the first video. Now I sent you the second video, so
6 minutes and 51 seconds.
just let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right. Just as a warning, there is actual evidence in here, so you know.
Well, apparently this video was deleted due to TikTok community guidelines.
Yep. TikTok is trying to save her ass, pretty much.
Wow. That's TikTok for you.
All right. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi everyone, I did want to make a part 2 to my last video, just addressing more so exactly what occurred, but also to give evidence of my allegations. To put it into words without this being taken down, I just want you guys to picture an adult relationship with everything involved as well as the sexual factors. Majority of the sexual things you can think of off the top of your head very much so did occur. And before I dive into actually showing the evidence, I do want to state that this was all given to the police and I was still shut down and told that she was an attractive girl and am I sure that I didn't like it or enjoy it. I also do want to clarify that whether I gave in the time or not, I still was only 13 years old and legally it was not the age of consent. Therefore, still does not make it anywhere near okay. I was also harassed and bullied out of school. I spent all of my high school years doing online school and I just now returned to in person this year for my senior year because I wanted to have at least 1 year that I could remember and look back on my childhood years. I still am in therapy, still facing the trauma of this, and I will continue to face the trauma for this for the rest of my life. A lot of things people don't realize is that you are made off of your childhood, and when you experience such gruesome sexual trauma as a child, it is only going to continue to affect me more and more the older that I get. So this video that I'm about to show is a video of her on the phone with mutual friends of mine after everything had happened and when polygraphs were being threatened for a lie detector test. This was her explaining how to lie on it.
Listen, if you want to learn how to polygraph, all you gotta do is just read, like when I ask you the question, think of the question as them asking, like, did you sleep with your dad? Then your heart won't fucking race. I was like, what the fuck? So I'm just scared that like Amber's gonna go live and try to say that Connor and I like, and then Cody was texting me saying that he has proof that we did and shit when he doesn't. Like nobody has proof of it because we did it in secret.
This right here is her admitting that she indeed did take my innocence, but there was no proof of it because we obviously didn't record it. My messages were in the
Okay, so here's some of the.
Jesus Christ.
This is his messages. His messages are on the top, and then the bottom is a friend. So we have Zoey literally fucked me up, destroyed me, used me to make herself happy. She admitted to it as well. Made me feel like I can't live without her. And then when I moved on, she got pressed, which she shouldn't have because she literally has a boyfriend. When I moved on, she got pressed and body shamed the person. You deserve better, and so did everyone. This is a different friend, I would assume. You deserve better, and so did everyone who was friends with her. She just doesn't know how to treat people correctly and only ever thinks about herself or for everything. Literally, please. You have a girlfriend now, and he said, no, I don't. So.
Jesus Christ.
Commenting on how Zoey has literally messed me up so bad mentally and destroyed me as a person. And when
And then we have more here. I'm guessing with a friend. Fucking, and then he's the blacked out, I'm assuming, one. Yep, but like, and then somebody, he says, I'm gonna tell her that you'll have to have me and Nadia, but I don't fucking know some of these people. True. So we can just be like, Connor, want to make a TikTok. I'm just scared, like, if I stay in a hotel or take pics or like with no parents, I want you to stay in a hotel. So do I. Basically, she was wanting him to stay at her house, most likely, and fucking, he did not want to stay
Jesus Christ.
at her house.
My friends were gonna come stay here for a week. I was voicing I was scared to spend the night in a hotel with her.
Spend the night in the hotel. Okay, I should probably listen to that. Brother, bro, it's fuck, okay? What am I supposed to do?
He said, I probably should listen to that.
At least I'm admitting to that, bro. At least I'm admitting to it and not fucking, I'm not like Zoey that's fucking denying all this shit.
Me texting my friend saying, how do I get myself out of this? I'm very uncomfortable.
God damn it. Okay, I'm not even gonna read the rest of these. I don't care.
And also
You can see how fucked they are.
It wasn't as bad as it was before.
He's like,
Yeah.
this is another fucking video of her. Just listen to it.
Stupid when you try to say Connor's dad because he can't even produce that type of.
Oh my god.
This message was her saying, don't make me S your D again, which I think we can all infer what this means. These were TikToks that she had made directly from her account. As well as this very disturbing one.
Bro.
You guys can pause to read these, but this is her telling me that she's been risking her reputation for liking me and that she doesn't want to go to jail, as well as stressing that there were being other videos sent around of us, as well as saying she was going to harm herself and off herself.
Now, you can tell how young that kid is, bro.
Yeah.
As well as getting on top of me. And when I had shown this to the police, I was told that this just is two people play fighting and that there's nothing weird about this. In this screenshot, you can see that she's laughing about it, saying, ha ha ha, I'm going to jail. Do you guys think prison has designer? In this video, she was blowing a vape in my mouth, which is, again, I was 13 years old at the time. This is a TikTok that she had made off her own personal phone. Which this right here is another angle of her directly, pulling it up and showing it on FaceTime.
Oh, this is so
Jesus
fucking
Christ,
disturbing,
dude.
bro.
Oh my gosh, she put fucking daddy on his forehead and everything.
This video really doesn't sit right with me. She had recorded a video of me and zoomed in on my private parts. A video of her quite literally twerking on me, and then me immediately after pointing to a camera that was in the hotel stairwell. This one you can pause and read, but this was her closest friend at the time who literally had stated that she could go to jail for knowing about it and not doing anything, and the top half is covered for privacy and personal reasons. This is another one, her stating that she was harming herself because I said some mean things to her, and that she told me that she would bleed dry for me, which is very, very manipulative, as well as would send me pictures of her self-harm. I do want to say that there is more evidence behind this. I obviously just can't fit it all into one video. TikTok will only allow me to update 35 items into the video. But I do want to say that there is a lot more that specifically shows, but this in itself right here, I think clarifies well enough that it was a lot more than just a kiss. I also want to emphasize as well that I have been making videos about it throughout the years, and I think that what a lot of people need to process is that it's common sense. If all that I had done was just kissed her, it would be absolutely diabolical for me to still be on the internet 5 years later speaking about it. She was not entirely secretive. She had a very, very, very bad history of thinking she could trust people. Therefore, she would tell lots and lots of people about what me and her did. I do also want to state that she did text close friends of mine personal details on our experiences, which would make my friends feel very uncomfortable. That I do not have the proof to give right now, but I can reassure and validate that this did happen. I just want to say I thank you guys so much for all of your patience and support and for everything you guys are contributing to me in my situation. I have faced a lot of backlash for years, and I'm very, very happy to see the outcome of this. But morally, I just want to spread awareness on stuff like this and make it valid that men can also be victims.
That's where it ends.
Jesus Christ, dude.
It's
What the
fucked.
fuck?
It's fucked. Uh, you have thoughts on it, Devon? Because I don't. That was just disturbing to watch in general, honestly.
I mean, the fact that the parents just somehow didn't see the red flags or think that it was weird or anything, like, they're just oblivious to it, and then the fact that the fact that the police were just like, oh, this is just them play fighting, this isn't any serious evidence, like, it's just like, what the fuck, dude, like, how could everybody in this situation just be so fucking useless? Like, I don't understand how fucking how this was able to go on and just nobody questioned it. And then the people who knew about it just didn't say anything because they didn't want Zoe's career to get fucked up.
Yep.
And she wanted to sit there and go on and on about how, oh, her reputation and her career, and it's just like, well, if you're that worried about it, you shouldn't have fucking done it in the first place.
But then she's also making TikToks at the same time, like it's an open
Um,
secret. Like it's fucked.
um, it's probably a thing where like she knows how fucking wrong it is, but there's like some thrill she gets of like telling people about it, knowing how fucking wrong it is, because there's people that do get off on that kind of stuff.
The worst part about it, Devin, is even though there was a thing where like she was saying, "Oh, he can't even produce that stuff," or what the fuck ever, like it was fucked. But like
Mm,
there is speculation that because she got pregnant around that time, like there is speculation that this victim could be the fucking father, and that's
Jesus fucking Christ.
genuinely fucked, bro. Genuinely fucked.
Yeah,
Oh,
the whole
bro.
thing is fucked. Like, has anything happened since he put out those videos?
Um, I haven't seen if Zoe has responded. I could check real quick. Um, Zoe Laverne response to Connor.
I mean, I'm guessing her response is just gonna be some shit like, "Oh, it's fucking made up. It's fucking lies. I didn't do it," or some shit.
Yeah, all that's coming out is fucking I don't want like now people are re-uploading those TikToks that was in the thing. I don't want to see that. That's sickening. Um yeah, I'm not seeing any response from Zoe at all.
Jesus
So
Christ. It's just a shame that nothing was done about it for so long because nobody took it seriously, and he got fucking harassed and shit over it.
yeah, because her
And
fan base is the
fucking,
one who harassed him.
um,
Like,
and that is why I say fucking stands are the worst fucking people,
yeah,
because it doesn't matter what somebody does, they will fucking stand them to the very end. They could fucking kill somebody, and they just would sit there and still stand them. So,
it's awful, awful.
yeah.
Like,
It's unfortunate what happened to him. But hopefully now he's able to get fucking justice for what happened to him.
Hopefully, I can only assume. I don't know. I haven't. I'm not on TikTok all the fucking time, like these fucking embryos. So I don't know what if she's lost any followers on TikTok or anything. She's not one of those TikTokers that are on YouTube or anything. So
Mm-hmm.
that's good. At least YouTube isn't tainted with her presence. Besides like exposés. Um,
Yeah.
but what's fucked is actually the most fucked thing I actually gotta say about this is not only is this fucked situation, but she has a daughter that's like 2 at
Oh
this point,
god.
which is also, like I said, could be, you know, the victims. So it's just it's fucked for that child as well. So she's not only fucked over like one child, she's fucked over her own. Like
Jesus Christ.
it's bad, bro. Like genuine psychopath. Genuine.
Yeah. Yeah, fucking fuck her, dude. Like, and the like, the fact that she would make like fake fucking Snapchat accounts just to keep messaging somebody, but then at the same time acts like she don't want nothing to do with them and just like worried about her reputation and her career, but it's almost like she knew it was wrong, but she just couldn't stop herself.
And then fucking saying shit like she would bleed dry for him. A 13-year-old dude.
Yeah, sitting there saying you're gonna fucking off yourself over the whole situation, just like she wasn't actually gonna do it. She was only saying it just so he wouldn't say anything.
Well, actually, she sent in the he didn't send like proof obviously because of TOS, but
Oh,
he said that she sent actual self-harm photos to him. Like, it's genuinely fucked.
Jesus Christ! I don't know. Fucking, she sounds like a fucking master manipulator.
Yeah, fucked, bro. Just fucked. And I think she's 24 now because she was
Jesus.
19 at the time and he was 13. It's bro. Bro. I just thinking about it, it's just fucking nasty. Like I don't
You know, sick fucking people.
ugh.